So here is another example of when privileged white people don't get what they want, they throw a tantrum. And in this regard, a tantrum is a lawsuit. So this was sent to me in my inbox, and people know that I'm opinionated. They know that I'm reviving my YouTube channel. They said, well, what do you feel about this? Because they had their own feelings. And surprisingly, the person that sent me this is white. But I say was white, but was would be past tense as if they died. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on into this. Theme music would normally play, but again, as I keep saying, I have not done editing it until when I'm done, I'm done. But the group, country group Lady Antebellum, has decided to change their name to Lady A. Okay, not a big deal. Lady Antebellum, Lady A. But the caveat to this is, there is another Lady A that has been using the name since the 80s. Come on now, do the math. 30 to 40 years, right? And she is a person of color from Seattle, Washington, a blues singer. Her given name is Miss Anita White. So this is the statement that Lady Antebellum has put out. Dear fans, as a band, we have struggled for our music to be a refuge inclusive of all. We've watched and listened more than ever these few weeks, and our hearts have been stripped with conviction, our eyes open wide to the injustices, inequalities, and biases black women and men have always faced and continue to face every day. Now blind spots we didn't even know existed have been revealed. After much personal reflection, band discussion, prayer, and many honest conversations with some of our closest black friends and colleagues, we have decided to drop the word antebellum from our name and move forward as Lady A, the nickname our fans gave us almost from the start. End quote. End of their statement. Okay. I am all for people having an awakening. Life is an awakening. You change, you grow. The way you thought about things when you were 20 is not necessarily how you think about it when you're 30. And then when you're 40, it's not the same thing. But what I have a problem with, or what I'm very skeptical of, is that now everybody wants to be on brand. And when I say on brand, that is a marketing term, because now we know what the political climate is right now. We know what the social climate is. We know what is going on when it comes down to the reforming of social justice and defunding the police, and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and Arbery. I can't think of Arbery's last name. Down in Georgia. We know what the social climate is now. And to keep those dollars coming in, to keep those fans happy, to keep yourself, to protect your bottom line as a business, everybody wants to now be on brand. Oh, okay, so what is on brand? Saying that now Black Lives Matter. Now we care about you. Now we're going to invest said number of dollars into the black community. Now standing with us. Now understanding, or saying that you understanding why Colin Kaepernick kneel. Now you have this epiphany. And that is where I struggle. That is where I struggle when it comes down to businesses, when it comes down to entities, when it comes down to ultimately white people saying that they are standing with us. Oftentimes, to be perfectly honest, I think it's a lie. You know that you know about the black dollar. You understand that if the black people took their money, we are a multi-billion-dollar community. And so if we are in the space of just boycotting, you know what I'm saying? Boycotting, not just boycotting, but it's quietly burning your shit down too at the same time if you do some fuckery, right? So you want to be, going to use that word again, on brand. So you are going to say whatever needs to be said to keep your bottom line, your P&L. P&L in the general term for people that are management, profit and loss. You wanna make sure that your dollar amount is good. So now when you go to Amazon on the splash page, we support Black Lives Matter, we're investing, yada, yada, yada. Netflix said that they're investing multi-million dollars into black writers and the Black Initiative and yada, yada, yada. You have Target, yada, 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 saying this. All of this. The only one that I really respect, and it's not particularly for Black Lives Matter, is Ben & Jerry. Ben & Jerry, the ice cream company, shout out because, bitch, I love ice cream. Ben & Jerry has been about that smoke for decades. For decades, about the gay community, the black, any kind of injustices, Ben & Jerry's has been about this shit for decades. So they're not trying to be on brand, bitch. They've been the brand. You get what I'm saying? And so I find it very opportunistic for companies or entities now being woke, right? So another thing that bothered me, just go back to this. After much personal reflection, band discussion, prayer, everybody wants to pray. Everybody wants to pray. Prayer, and many honest conversations with some of our closest black friends. That irks me. That irks me. So we're gonna break this down and decompact this, right? So let's talk about the word antebellum. Oftentimes you hear it referred to the antebellum South. Now I'm going to give you the technical definition of antebellum, right? Occurring, it's an adjective. Occurring or existing before a particular war, especially the American Civil War. We hear about the antebellum South. The antebellum South, if you had to picture it in your mind, would be Gone with the Wind. That would be, if you had to think about the antebellum South, that is what you would picture, right? Civil War. We know about the Civil War. I'm assuming we know about the Civil War. Most of us know about the Civil War. But the Civil War was a war between the North and the South, mainly for slavery and cotton. The North wanted us to be free. The South wanted us to keep us slaves. Okay, so let's put 2 and 2 together. Come on, because 2 and 2 equals 4. Antebellum, Civil War, slavery, and now you decide when they came together in 2006, you are going to call your group Lady Antebellum, aka Lady of Slaves. Follow me? Come on now, follow me. I know you follow me. You picking it up. Antebellum, pre-Civil War, antebellum South, big plantations and tea dances and well, not the gay tea dances, not that, but you know what I'm talking about. And the columns and the verandas and all the things that's nice and sweet. We saw Jill Scott talk about that, how somebody took a piss on the carpet at the plantation. But you're going to name your group Lady Antebellum and have been perfectly fine with being called Lady Antebellum, aka Lady of Slaves, ladies of bondage, ladies of depression and suppression and oppression. You've been fine with it. But now, we're going to use that word again, on brand. Yes, you said it with me. Now that everything is going on in our political climate, you had to go to your black friends, your close black friends. Now, I'm sure in my mind, like Heather Hitley, in my mind, I'll always be his lady. In my mind, your black friends ain't really your friends. Because if they were your friends, when you came up with that name in 2006, they would have been like, hey now, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some bass in it. Let me educate you. You're going to call your group Lady Antebellum. Antebellum, pre-war, primarily pre-Civil War, where my people were enslaved in shackles and chains. That's not hitting any chords with you. That's not saying something. So for you now to all of a sudden talk to your black friends, that's almost like saying, oh, I'm not racist because I got my black friend. Oh, I'm not homophobic because my cousin's gay. Oh, I'm not, misogynistic because, I got plenty of chicks that I like. Chicks, not women, chicks. But you talk to your black friends. And now the veil has been lifted, and now you want to go to use the name Lady A. Now, Miss Anita White, Seattle blues singer, been saying, sing down home blues, down home blues. All you wanted to hear was the down home blues all night long. Now, that ain't her song, but bitch, that's the song I know when it come down to blues. She's been using this song for 30, 40 years, since the 80s. Early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, bitch, the 80s. Before your group even became a group, mind you. All right. Now, I'm giving you this information based on an interview that she just did literally 2 days ago. That Lady Antebellum wanted to meet with her, and they did meet with her. They didn't want to talk with the lawyers or whatnot. They wanted to sit down. They wanted, the words that she said they used was coexist. And her question was, well, how can we coexist? She said, you will bury me, which is true. You are a major machine. Lady Antebellum is a major machine with millions of fans. This woman, this black woman, is an independent artist. I'm not going to say the woman was struggling because I don't know what it is. I don't know what her pockets are looking like. But she's an independent artist doing her thing. And you want to share the same name? That doesn't work anywhere. Remember when In Vogue, my favorite girl group of all time, they both were out there touring. Cindy and Terry and Rona. God, her name is Rona like Corona. Lord, I just thought about that. But they were doing In Vogue, but then Dawn and Maxine wanted to be out there and say they were In Vogue too, or even more famously, The Temptations. When they broke off, when my mind is saying Leon. That's who played him. But you know who I'm talking about. What is his name from The Temptation? I'm not going to look it up because it's for a long time. But my point is, two groups using the same name, you don't know who you're going to get. And in her regards, in her words, you're going to bury me. And her question was to them, she's based on what she said, and I'm just giving you what she said. They were on a Zoom call. The three members of Antebellum, her manager or whatever, and she kept asking the question, how can we coexist? What plan do you have to keep me from being buried by your machine, by your entity? And they could not give her a reason. They could not give her a definite plan. It was almost like, we're going to try to make sure that we coexist. And I'm going to say this. I have some wonderful white friends that are allies, that are about the business of stopping systemic racism. But as most black people are, especially in this climate, we don't trust white people far as we can see and or throw them. So when you tell me that you're going to try me, bitch, you ain't going to do shit. Ultimately, that's what that means. I'm going to try to make it out to the club tonight. I'm going to try to pay my bills on time. I'm going to try to give you this money back that I borrowed. I'm going to try. Try is not a definitive. Try is not definite. And all she was asking for, based again on what I saw, was how are you, your machine, your entity, these $1 million industry, how are you going to try to not bury me, put me out of business? And they could not answer the question. So mama said, well, bitch, you're going to have to pay me. Now, I believe what I saw, allegedly, she wanted $10 million for the name. You want to make that money back times over and over again because of who you are and what you already have established, right? They said, no, since we can't, come to it, we're going to sue you. So, in efforts to be more woke and to stop the oppression of black people in changing your name from Lady Antebellum, aka Lady of Slaves, Lady of Oppression, Lady of Depression, Lady of Sorrows. Since you could not get your way, you're going to invoke your white privilege and now sue this woman for a name that she's been using for 30 to 40 years. How? How are you going to say in this breath we support black people in the oppression, the depression, the oppression that you are going through with police brutality and all of this, and then with the other breath say, oh, we see you've been using that name, but we want it. Can we coexist? Oh, we can't? Oh, well, bitch, my lawyers are going to meet you in court. Privilege. Right. Privilege. So now, they're in court, or not, let me rephrase it, not in court. There is legal documents that have been filed against Miss Anita White for using the word Lady A. Based on her interview, she said that she already went to Spotify, iTunes, and she could not find herself at all. I'm assuming Lady Antebellum has already changed their name on those platforms, and that's what's coming up and what's trending and yada, 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 yada. But now, I am so sick of white people evoking their white privilege. White people evoking their white privilege. Okay, white, you say you're changing your name because you don't want to hurt black people, but bitch, you're suing one and hurting one because you can't get your way. If this is not a privilege tantrum, I don't know what is. So, with that being said, let me make sure I didn't leave anything off. This video is longer than what I intended. Yeah, I gave you all that good stuff. All of the stuff that I needed to give you from my phone. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Give me your opinion. I am not an attorney, so I don't know about trademarks and all of that good stuff. But let me know your thoughts and opinions. Drop down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that little bell, so every time I upload a video or publish a video, you will automatically get a email notification, a push notification. I am your boy, aggravated tonight with white people. His Royal Highness, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. Thank you for tuning to another episode of Rhoyally PHUCKED. I will holler at y'all later. I'm over it at this point. I'm over. I'm about to get me another cocktail and a bowl of, well, no, I'm not going to get a cocktail and a bowl of cereal, bitch. You know how my stomach going to be fucked up. Anyways, I will holler at y'all later. Peace and much love. Bye.